Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome into a really fun edition. It's Wednesday, right? It's hump day.
Hump day!
I have no idea what day it is most days. All I know is I'm sitting here in this chair talking to you folks, and we are blessed to do so each and every day. And thank you guys so much for jumping in. We already got tons of comments. Show hasn't even started yet. We love you guys. We're going to talk, obviously, about last night's Tampa City Commission meeting, but it's not going to be all stadium, folks. I promise you. We're talking some Rays baseball on the field. We got a lot of Lightning stuff. Oh, shut up, Tim. You and all your stupid built stadiums already that there's no controversy over, right?
I'm going to do a Cowboys podcast in a minute.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You don't want to hear it, I know, but we do. It's a big deal here.
It is a big deal.
I swear to you, we're getting to the finish line. Lord, I hope. Anyway, Alan Clendenin's going to join us at the top of the show here in just a few minutes. He is the chairman of the Tampa City Council who was overseeing last night's festivities. It was really kind of fun. I had a great time last night. I had a great time at a city commission meeting. Who the hell ever said that?
Wow.
Yes, we did. And the Petermans showed up big time. And a huge thank you to all our guys that showed up last night. Devin, Alejandro, Christopher Palermo, Jimmy. God, I'm going to miss people. Everybody that showed up last night was absolutely freaking awesome. Thank you guys for coming out. And we were there. We were representing. I just saw they dropped the story on the Times, and the main picture is us in the back of the room standing out,
nice.
Of which I got admonished for. So when Mr. Clendenin comes on today,
by who?
We're not supposed to. I didn't know we're not supposed to clap or cheer in the city council public workshop. So
yeah, it's like a press box.
Yeah. So after Ken Babby got done, I stood up and cheered. And that's the picture that they used. And Mr. Clendenin was very nice about it. He said, for those of you who aren't familiar with our rules here, there's no cheering or clapping after. Oh, sorry. Apologize for that. So we were well behaved the rest of the time.
You should have pulled out one of the
I wanted to. I was the only one who stood up. I wanted everybody to start, a Rays chant. But no,
that's awesome.
We're not. But there are a lot of highlights from last night, so we'll talk about that with Mr. Clendenin, who's the chair, and I believe he's also on the Tampa on the TSA as well. Sorry, just got a text there. So we'll be doing that. We got a lot of sound from yesterday's Lightning exit interviews, and there was some really juicy stuff in that. Andre Vasilevsky was like, yeah, I'm not here for the bad bounces. I'm done with those excuses. We need to be better. And he kind of called out the Lightning offense as I did on the Lightning postgame show as well. Scoring 15 goals in 7 games just ain't going to get it done.
Thanks.
Yeah, but coming from me, coming from Vasy, it means something. And so we'll hear from him. We'll hear from Victor Hedman talking about his situation, stepping away for mental health reasons. And I think when you hear from him and see him at the podium, you kind of get a feeling for what that was all about, and that moving forward, he will be better. So we're very, very happy about that. So we'll get into that a little bit. Julien Brisebois spoke as well, and he said, we're not old. We're not old and slow. Many of you think they might be, and that might be valid, but JPB doesn't think that way.
You and I are old and slow, but not them.
Yes, that's incontrovertible. That's an easy one. But I don't know if the Lightning are. I don't think so.
Not yet.
So he talked a little bit about the fixes for that. So anyway, without further ado, let's bring in the chairman of the Tampa City Council, who had to put up with all the Petermans last night in his room. And Alan Clendenin joins us. If we can pop him up. There he is. Alan, can you hear us?
I can. Good morning, everybody.
Yes. First and foremost, I'd like to make a public formal apology for my raucous behavior in your room last night at the county commission. I was unaware of the rules that we're not allowed to stand and cheer. So first and foremost, my apology.
No, it was all good. It was all good. And, it happens, and people come into council chambers. They're really, they're very emotional and passionate about whatever issue that they're there for. And so we just have to, keep everything kind of in control.
Yes, and thank you for being so polite to me and not spanking me with the ruler. I appreciate that.
That's only on a Saturday night.
All right, so let's talk about last night's activities. Let me just get your overall impression. What from you're sitting up there with the council, I can see a lot of them nodding, some of them nodding off. So what was your feeling on what the council folk got out of this last night?
Well, I definitely wasn't nodding off. It was
you were not. You were not.
These type of meetings are always intense, and it's good to. I was really happy with the results, and it's kind of, we set it up to be exactly what it became. It was an opportunity for both the Rays organization and the city, and also our stakeholders, to come out and really share all the information they have, not just the council, but with the public, and then have an opportunity for the public to come out and state what they're thinking about this project. Of course, that's all under the understanding that we're still not at a deal on the MOU, so there's still some things to be worked out. But it was a good opportunity to share all the information and people to see the same thing at the same time. So we're all speaking from the same book.
How important is the public input, especially for knuckleheads like me and my whole crew that came there? Is this something that the council folks really are interested in and want to hear and also you're obviously getting a lot of feedback in your email, which we may talk about here in a second. Is it important? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. I will tell you that public input and people who show up, who take the time out of their day to come to council and speak to council, it weighs very, very heavy on the ultimate decision. So if it's the squeaky wheel, for lack of if you want to dumb it down to the something that people understand. If people show up at meetings and they take the time out of their day, we give that a lot of weight in our decision making, and it influences. I would say it's probably one of the more influential ways to push government in a certain direction.
I love being part of the process last night. I've never done that, and it was fun. I really enjoyed it, and thank you for the forum for us to be able to speak. The stakeholders, we heard from some of the folks in the firehouses and police, and I think the Rays have done a really good job addressing their concerns. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think that the Rays, this new ownership group seems to be very committed to reaching out and bringing people along with them instead of leading the parade and looking over the shoulder and nobody's behind them. They're really put a really good effort into bringing people up to the front with them. They've done a lot more community meetings than I've seen any other organization do for any other project in the city of Tampa. And their level of outreach is really unparalleled. I mean, I've only been on council for a little over 3 years, but I've never seen anything like this. I've been involved in politics pretty much my whole adult life, and I've never seen anything like this with the amount of effort that they've put into it, and the amount of listening and really. They've not only have they just been briefing people and bringing people up to speed, but they've actually adapted to what they're hearing from folks. So they've been very, very agreeable to the community and ensuring that their concerns are heard and incorporated into the project.
Alan Clendenin joining us here, Tampa City Council Chair. You're also on the TSA board, correct?
I am. Yes.
So you're hearing it from all sides. And let's get into the numbers a little bit, because this is where obviously the devil lies in the details. Did you hear anything last night that moves the process along in terms of the numbers, either positively or negatively?
No, not last night, because what's happening is happening behind the scenes with very good people negotiating. We have really sharp folks at the county and the city and TSA at the negotiating table with the Rays organization, and that's ongoing. Obviously the Rays are looking for the best deal they can and for their organization and their bottom line and for the good of the team. And the county and the city and the TSA is looking after the interest of the taxpayers and their organizations to ensure that everybody's getting a fair shot. So that's all happening behind the scenes and negotiating tables behind closed doors. Once that final agreement is made on the first agreement, the MOU, understanding that's just the first agreement. This is a really big
Right.
project, probably the biggest, most complicated project in the history of the city of Tampa. So, once that first agreement is done, it'll come before us, and we'll be able to weigh it out. The politicians will be able to weigh in on it, but and the public will weigh in on it again. But that's happened. Everything right now is behind the scenes.
It's something I've been saying to a lot of the people because they all want, answers right now to a lot of specific questions.
Right.
And this is kind of all played out in the media, the back and forth. I'm not so sure that's a good thing, to be quite honest. I was in Atlanta when that deal went down, and nobody heard a peep about it until it went down. And I think there can be questions about transparency in that. I get it. But I think there's also when you're watching the sausage being made, nobody's going to eat it. So I think that's where a lot of the negativity comes from. So you're dealing in the behind the scenes stuff. How close are we in terms of money and getting this deal over the finish line? Can you give me a percentage of where you think we are right now?
It's for people to have a camera that's this close. It's very close. There's just the smallest. Well, there.
That happens.
Phone. Some amount of details. Yeah. Just trying to prop it up on a coffee cup. Just the smallest amount of details. Still, there's still consequential details. The parking situation, so that we have adequate parking between these the different stadiums and the events that we have, ensuring that is resolved. There is still a financial gap that has to be resolved, and there's a couple of other details, but all those items really are resolvable, and I think that we're going to reach a deal. In fact, I would say I'm 99% sure that we're going to reach a deal. That this is going to come to a conclusion, and it'll go before the politicians. It's going to go before the county commission first, and it'll come before city council. We'll see how that works out, because politicians are politicians. But as far as the negotiations between our very qualified staff and the Rays organization, I think that's going to reach a successful conclusion.
I don't want to get too much into the minutia, Alan, but there are some questions that I just have procedurally. And I'm not really sure of. And one of them is bonding the money. I know, like, over time, there's tons of money here in tourist taxes, right? But we need the money up front to get the thing built, and then kind of everything comes after. It makes it easier to get the funding for the private stuff and the hotels and the residential and all those things. So can that be a hurdle here, or even a stop sign if the bonding part of this?
Well, people, I think, use it as a scare tactic, but quite honestly, bonding is, and I call it generational financing, because no company puts everything up front, right? You amateurize the cost of that goods and services over the useful life of the product, and so that the people that quite frankly, people that are of a certain age, they're going to not be with us, and why should they pay for it now? Let's stretch it over the cost of the life of that useful product. Also, the cost of doing whatever you're doing will increase. The one thing I can guarantee you, the cost of construction today will be will look like a bargain 15 years from now or 30 years from now. So you could wait and save all the money for 30 years. And by the time you save the exact same amount of money, it's going to cost you 5 times more to build it. So bonding is just a useful tool for government to be able to to really deliver the goods and services that people expect, and have the right people pay for it at the right time.
Alan Clendenin joining us here, Tampa City Council Chair. Philosophically, I think there's two buckets here. There's people like me that say, man. And I heard a lot of this last night. There's a lot of stuff you guys need to pay for, and a lot of needs to get done. And I also heard we don't have the money to do it. I'm like, well, if I was in that situation, if I was a business, or even if this was my household, I'd say I got to go get another job, or I got to find an investment that's going to make me money. And boy, this is an investment that seems like it's the best way to get more money for the county and the city. The way I look at it, you put in $1 billion, you get at least $3 billion back. And more in terms of economic impact. And then others are like, no, we can't spend it. And more. Talk about those two philosophies and where you might be.
Well, this is part of the misinformation that people, and this is when you're talking about the stuff being put out in public versus happening behind the scenes. The money that there's no extra money in the city of Tampa. We have one of the lowest millage rates in the state. The city of Tampa, we run a clean, lean machine in the city of Tampa. People think that they're, government's got all this extra money. For your property taxes, it doesn't even pay for police and fire. That's kind of how lean and mean we are. So what we're looking at in this deal is that the revenue that is created by the deal will end up paying back those bonds we talk about, what we're borrowing to pay for this project. So it's not one of the misinformation that's out there. Oh, we should be paving roads instead of building a stadium. The money doesn't exist unless we build the stadium, unless we build this 120-acre project, which is going to create the economic engine to generate the cash, to generate the money to be able to pay for these things. So it's not one or the other. The money does not exist. If you don't build the stadium, you don't develop that 120 acres of property that is basically a sea of asphalt and a suburban campus in an urban area. It doesn't exist. There's no extra money. So that's one of the silly things that I hear people talk about all the time. It's like, no, there's no magic. There's no magic pot of money sitting there waiting for us to spend either or. It's we either build the stadium and we generate the money to be able to do these things, or we don't build a stadium and we're exactly where we are today.
Yeah, which is not a good spot.
Right.
This is like the elementary part of this that I don't understand. And everybody that stands up and says we need money for this, I get all that. I totally get it. But I also say, well, then you're making my argument for me. You need a vehicle to create more economic impact, and this is it.
Correct.
This is it. That's what I said last night. This is it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Again, the biggest deal in the history of the city of Tampa, and then the crazy thing for the city of Tampa. I mean, this project is totally contained within the city of Tampa. So, of course, I mean, that's a no-brainer for the city of Tampa. We're going to get this, this injection of cash from the state of Florida on rebuilding Hillsborough College, the transportation improvements, the injection of cash from the Rays organization themselves, over $1 billion, and of course from the county. I mean, sign me up. I mean, that's you couldn't ask for a better deal. And then again, if we're investing $1 and we're getting anywhere from $50 to $70 back on that dollar that we're investing, show me that table in Las Vegas and I'll fly there tomorrow. I mean,
yeah. This is why there's 10 other cities lining up for this. As I told the council last night, if you guys kick this away, there's 10 other cities that can't wait for you to do that. Willing to spend, by the way, $4 to $5 billion
just to get the ticket.
Just to get the ticket, right?
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
Hey, all right. I know you got a lot on your plate. So just lastly, take us through the procedures now, the timing of what's going to happen next, and what, if you're for this, what we need to do in terms of. Oh, I did want to ask you about the emails, because we started a month and a half ago putting out all of your addresses. I'm sorry for this. And phone numbers and telling all
you and everybody else.
Right.
You and everybody else.
I know. So I know you've gotten a ton of stuff. Now there's an issue out there that the Rays somehow were spamming you guys. Can you give me any insight on that?
I haven't detected that. The emails that I get have been interesting enough, for the most part, very original and very personalized emails on the project itself. Most of them, I would say 7 out of 10 of them have been positive in favor of the Rays project. I have not seen it, but I don't know what the county commission is getting. They may be getting something different than we're getting. The city, I have not gotten what, those allegations about bots and all that. I have not seen that.
So finally, give us the timetable of what's going to happen now. What happens next?
It all depends on what happens behind the scenes. We've got, these negotiations, this is negotiations, we've got really, again, I can't emphasize how talented the people at the county and the city are behind the scenes. Our budget analysts, our administration folks, everybody. We have subject matter experts that are sitting at the table. The Rays, they're heavy hitters too. They're coming in, looking for what they need and what they want. They'll need to reach that agreement on the MOU. Once that agreement is done, I know the Rays organization is really looking to get this done in May, because we're looking at the special session calendar for Tallahassee, the legislature, to get the money for Hillsborough College and the transportation improvements they're looking for. We want to get that in the budget for next fiscal year. And of course, they want to swing that first bat in 29, so they're trying to stay on that schedule. So hopefully, we can get this done by the end of the month for the first agreement. Again, there's going to be a lot of agreements after that. This is just the first agreement to move the process forward.
All right, one last question. Light rail. Does this sports complex kind of, Buckhorn told me here in the studio that it definitely is an engine. This sports complex would be an engine to get that going, and we could get some federal and state money for that as well.
Anybody that knows me knows I'm a huge transportation advocate. I dug up the streetcar expansion and rejuvenated that since I've gotten elected. So we're going to be tripling the amount of rail for the streetcar. That's happening as we speak. We've been working closely with Michael Stevens at the airport about expanding light rail or some other type of mass transit between, whatever that technology is going to be between the airport and downtown. And absolutely 100 in fact, Michael Stevens and I yesterday, that was he's the head of the Tampa International Airport, by the way, for those who don't know. We spoke yesterday about how important it is to create the stadium district, to have that mass, that increase in density, to be able to build that demand, to be able to link the downtown to airport connection with the stadium district. The activation and how many days and taking that area, again, 120 acres. And it's not just 120 acres. You're going to build out this 120 acres. It is going to percolate deep into Drew Park of reconstruction and density. People are going to want to be there. It's going to be a hot place. It's going to be happening, and it's going to be a really popular place for the city of Tampa. I think the economic impact is underestimated. I think overall, when you look back in a few years, you're going to say, who was against this? It's like Water Street. Who would have been against that? I mean,
and there were, and it's always the same voices with the same arguments.
Right.
Allie, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And thank you for your leadership on this. I think obviously you're on the right track. We are same-minded, and I think it's great for the people of Tampa Bay, and I can't wait to get this thing underway. Trust me, I don't want to talk about stadium deals anymore. I do not. I want to talk about the Rays on the field, so we're going to do that next.
Absolutely. Hey, go Rays. They're doing good right now, so let's keep up the momentum.
All right. Thank you, Al. Appreciate you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that was fun. I think everybody heard that number. That was a good number.
Yeah.
99%. 99%. When you hear that interview, again, and this is somebody who is deeply embedded in these negotiations, man, how do you not just jump on this train?
All I hear is positivity.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, like, every time you heard somebody, and listen, I completely respect people's opinions that are against this. I spoke with them last night, many of them, in a very cordial way. We're not like, oh, you freaking idiot. I listen to them, and they bring up some good points. But I always come back to this same thing. And when you say there's benefits and the taxes are coming back, their answer usually is, no, that's not going to happen. Okay, based on what? It's just not going to happen. There's nothing tangible there, So I just, I hope that the naysayers don't win out. There was a lot of negativity last night in terms of talking about the numbers, but to me, that just fuels the fire that we got to get this done to produce the money. Again, I come back to so many of these stats. 75% of the 10 million people that visited the Battery. And we talk about the Battery so much because this is a real life example of what we're talking about. When people say, oh, it'll never happen, or never get the money back, nobody will ever come. It's like, well, look, it's happening. This is real life. It's going to happen. I mean, projections are projections. People talking about pandemics and, geopolitical things that are happening. Listen, you can't live your life scared. Like, oh, this might happen, and how are we going to pay back the bonds? Listen, we'll figure it out. But if you look at history and you look at where we are and what's being done, which is the most accurate way to project the future, that it all works. It all works. So anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but we will come back to a little bit later on. There you go. The Rays on the field last night, Timmy, another come from behind win. A 4-3 win last night. Yandy is back after his little oblique scare. Had a big knock last night. Ben Williamson. They come from behind in the 8th. And this team is just starting to look a little magical. 10 come from behind wins already in this season. Shows obviously a lot of resilience and confidence. And the other thing is you're hearing this team really talk a lot about their togetherness and they're having fun. And obviously when you're winning like this, you're going to have fun, but the chemistry seems really good. The leadership seems really good. Nick Martinez has been absolutely ridiculously good. Your thoughts?
Cy Young. No, look, and when you've got a young team like this and a kind of what we thought at the beginning of the season was going to be kind of a mixed match kind of roster, right? Like we didn't think very highly of this roster at all. But it seems like everybody's sort of doing their part, right? You've got a pitching staff that's so far overperforming from what we thought.
Yeah.
You've got a lineup that we were unsure of who was playing where and why early in the season, but now it seems to have come. Kevin Cash seems to have figured some things out. He's putting some guys where they're thriving, and they're winning games they probably shouldn't. Because, look, when you talk about come from behind wins, I don't care what sport it is. I talked to Roger Staubach one time. His nickname here in Dallas was Captain Comeback because that's all he did was come from behind to win games, right? He hated that moniker. He absolutely hated it. He said, you know why I had to come back? Because we were losing early in games. We shouldn't be losing early in games.
Yes.
But when you have that ability to do that, then it can give you wins that you probably shouldn't have. And the problem, I don't know how sustainable that is, for throughout a long season in Major League Baseball, because you're not going to get all of those. But right now, 23-12, 13-4 at home, you can't argue with the success. You can't argue with what's on the score sheet. So if you wanted to throw out a surprise team in the AL East, I would throw out the Rays.
Yeah. Absolutely. Here's an incredible little statistic. Since integration, only 4 pitchers aged 35 or older have allowed 8 or fewer earned runs and 10 or fewer walks in their first 7 starts of the season. And Nick Martinez is one of those. The others, 1967 Whitey Ford, 2001 Kevin Brown, that was pretty good. In 2018, 22 Justin Verlander. I believe every one of those won the Cy Young Award that particular year. So that's what Nick Martinez is doing at his old ass age. He don't look 35. That's for damn sure. That guy is ripped and performing extremely well. And I think showing great leadership to the other starters, which is kind of bleeding over. And that's good stuff.
JP, I'm seeing some breaking news on my 72 TVs here in the studio.
Yes, sir.
Not related to, kind of related to sports. Is this new or am I just seeing it that Ted Turner has passed away?
Yeah, Denny Boy just put that up too. Has passed at the age of 87. Yeah. Talk about one of the great sportsmen of our lifetime.
Just people, pioneers in general, right?
Yeah. He's the one who brought us baseball during the weekday, WTBS. Yeah.
Sure did.
Who was doing it first, TBS or WGN? I don't remember, but one of them. But for me, growing up, it was WTBS. That was the first superstation out of Atlanta, which became CNN, sadly.
Yep.
Ted Turner. And what we forget is he captained the America's Cup winner for many years. Remember that as a sportsman. Then he bought the Braves.
Yep.
Then he married a witch. And
a witch that if she never opened her mouth, I would be highly into.
Yes, rest in peace, Ted Turner. What a character! What a dude.
He gave us colorized old movies too.
Yeah, he did that. Didn't he try to manage the Braves for a little bit?
Yeah.
Did he fire the manager and try to manage? And I forget who the commissioner was. It might have been Bowie Kuhn at the time. It was like, yeah, you can't do that, bro.
Can't do that, man.
Get the hell out of the dugout.
He was trying to be the next George Steinbrenner.
Yes. Hey, at my peril. I want to go to comments here. I know, Timmy, you hate the stadium deal, but since all the folks are in here talking about it, I don't want to miss the opportunity here.
We got to get the Petermans in here.
That's right. Thomas Casper says Allen is the smartest person on the council, albeit a Democrat. That's what's great about this. This has nothing to do with partisan politics. These are people that are judging this on the merits, and that's great. We don't need any of that bullshit for sure. Alejandro was there last night, did a great job. The Rays just keep adding on, which I was happy. We were able to come back to beat the Blue Jays last night. That's another series win, especially against a division rival, which helps. Let's sweep them. I got it. And you did a great job last night. Danny Boy, who's not able to join us last night, said, to you, JP, Chris Palermo, who was awesome. Ron Weaver was fantastic. Devin Garnett was awesome. Said you all brought the fire last night. Thank you. Now let's get this over the finish line. It's so great to hear Clendenin say 99%, right? That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I said I did hear Bill Carlson, who said he would decide after the third meeting. Last night was the first of 3 public meetings in the city. I didn't know that. There's more. I don't know if I could do more, but
now you got to bring it every time.
Oh God!
You set a precedent.
Alex Nunn said you guys were so awesome. I effing love the passion. But Mr. Miranda, like Wostall, I just think deal didn't go through. But I love the passion last night. Listen, they're just 2 votes out of many, and they're going to be a no. And just to be quite frank, and I love Charlie, but he embarrassed himself last night saying that baseball doesn't play in the South. He literally said that. And I think he played for the Smokers back in the day and is still a smoker. I think it's like baseball doesn't play in the South. Like, what are you effing talking about, bro? I mean, that was weird.
I've never heard
again,
that.
I like Charlie,
life.
But that is just silly.
I'm pretty sure the Texas League was one of the most successful professional leagues in the history of baseball.
Danny says, I noticed Palermo called Miranda out just before you spoke, JP, and Palermo brought the fire, and I could see Charlie not being pleased about being called out. He wasn't pleased, and he fired back. And Palermo was awesome. He was freaking awesome. And he was right. He really did bring the passion. I want to play those speeches at some point. We'll try to do that. 813 guy says, I don't like how many negative, uninformed people who were at the Tampa City Council meeting last night. I definitely needed some tequila after that meeting. Yeah, I heard some people say that it was, they felt that it was really negative. I think, and again, a lot of it, and Lynn Hertak is a, she's a definite no probably, but I appreciate what they're trying to do and protect the taxpayer. I'm all for that. And I think the Rays need to get to the point where they have all the answers, and they did not have the answers last night. I'll be honest about that. Ken Babby will be honest about that. It's still under negotiation, and a lot of these things still need to be worked out. But philosophically, and I've said this many times, framework-wise, we're there. So now we just got to, get the right money from the right buckets and get it done. The money is there, and the money is there to bring in more money, as you just heard Mr. Clendenin say. And that's where the rub is. There's got people that say, don't spend the money. We don't have it. And there's others that said, that's right. We don't have the money. We need to find an investment tool to make more money. And here it is. So depends on what side you're on. I'm a builder. I'm not a penny pincher. We got rid of that guy as the owner. Danny says, I'm glad Chris Palermo called him out too once the public comment session started. Yeah. And I did too. I looked Charlie right in the face and said, hey, Charlie, did you know that the Rays are the #1 rated television show on cable every night in Tampa Bay? Don't tell me there's not fans here. And baseball doesn't play in the South. Are you kidding me? We all grew up playing the game. That's where most of the major leaguers come for per capita. There are more major leaguers from the Tampa Bay area than any other market. That's just it's crazy for someone of his experience to say something like that. Evan TPA says bonding is normal. Just because Tampa hasn't done it before doesn't mean it's not feasible. It's necessary and useful. I would agree. Michael LaRue says Mr. Dressed in black with his $1,000 designer sunglasses is also a no vote. I can't trust the man who chooses to wear a black tie, a black shirt, and black jacket on purpose. May God have mercy on your soul. Yeah, I kind of feel that way.
May God have mercy on your soul.
May Hall 85 says light rail for the win, long overdue. Yeah, you just heard Clendenin say that. He's talking to the guy who runs the billion dollar airport, the best airport in the world. And they're saying, yeah, this is a precursor. If we have a stadium district, not something that's just, a few weekends a year for a football stadium, but also a baseball stadium and all the concert and everything going on, that's going to be centered right there. Yeah, that's it. And folks, we don't have to pay for all that. When you do the whole light rail thing, you get federal money, you get state money, you get airport money. Yeah. Don't we all want that?
Yeah.
And that solves a huge part of the parking problem. That solves a humongous part. If we can get on a rail line that stretches from downtown and into the West Shore area and through the airport. How many people are going to jump on that thing to get to the stadium instead of taking a car and parking? So all the people that are talking about, the roads, this helps get people off the roads. Again, we got solutions.
Yeah.
We got solutions to all the problems. Expand City Connect from Tampa to downtown Tampa. That's the thing. And this whole economic impact makes that happen. Let's do one more. Wayne Cleveland Jr. says, awesome speech last night at City Hall, JP. The guy that stood before you did awesome too. It was funny that he upset one of the councilmen who said Tampa doesn't have fans. Yeah, I loved it. Alex Nunn said, literally shedding a tear because we're so close to ending a 2-decade stadium saga. Yeah, guys, we're close, man. We're really, really close. Don't step off the gas pedal. Keep emailing your county commissioners, your city councilmen. This is not over. Keep being on social media and being positive and knocking down the naysayers. The Petermans, you got to keep doing what you're doing. We're not over the finish line yet. We're coming down the stretch. Down the stretch they come. So let's do it. Let's come from behind, from worst to first, right? What was the name of that horse? In the Kentucky
JP,
Derby?
I think I figured out a way to maybe help monetize this too a little bit.
Oh, you can always use
at the next city council meeting, before you go into your 3-minute speech, I think you need to maybe do a live read. Just open it with JP Peterson, the JP Peterson Show, FanStream Sports. Got some important topics I need to discuss over my next 3 minutes. But before I do, Pitch Roofing.
Pitch Roofing. Do you guys know about Pitch Roofing? If you need a roof, especially a transparent one that's going to cost $2 billion.
And then play the jingle on your phone. PitchRoofing.com.
I asked the guys if they do any transparency work. They say, we'll look into it. we would love to be a contractor as part of the whole deal. Absolutely. They'd be building a lot of roofs over there. So yeah, you guys can get some work. And listen, Pitch Roofing, we love those folks over there. They're good people. I've met with them at their business. They're 5-star reviews from so many of their clients. They're not going to be the cheapest because the cheapest people are going to rip you off. Let them come out, educate you about your roof. They'll come out for free, and they'll give you a special price if you mention the JP Peterson Show as well. So how about that? If you're a homeowner, don't let this lapse because hurricane season is right around the corner. Meet with the guys at Pitch Roofing. They'll put you on their preferred client list, so when it does happen, you will be at the top of the list to get your roof done. That's a big, big deal. PitchRoofing.com. Back in 3. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch, and everything is handmade, and the wings are big, and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. It's Diamond Days at the Golden Diamond Source. Celebrate April's birthstone, which is diamonds, as they take center stage. Up to 20% off the diamond jewelry throughout the month of April. And don't forget, you could trade in your broken or old jewelry towards something new and beautiful. Gold prices are at a record high. Now is the best time. And by the way, they only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. It's real love. It should be real natural diamonds. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Really, really bad idea. And for the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyers, they are going to teach you all about the 4 C's and all the different shapes and styles. They are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And by the way, you can trust them. They've been in business for over 40 years. Don't buy something online. You have no idea what you're getting. 0% financing for up to 5 years. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com. Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here on this hump day. Rays got an afternoon game today, so we'll see if they can sweep the Blue Jays after a big 4-3 win yesterday. Hey, the great folks at the Golden Diamond Source have you covered for Mother's Day. Yes, they do. It's the gift card match once again. It's the best thing in all of holidays. When you got to go shopping, it's so easy. You just go over to the Golden Diamond Source. If you're in Tampa, it's about 15, 20 minutes just over the bridge on Ulmerton Road, right there on your left-hand side. It's a big hulking statue in front of it. You pull up, real easy, walk right in. Beautiful, everything's shiny. It smells good in there. All the people are wonderful. They greet you. And then you say, hey, here's $500. Can you turn it into $1,000? It's like going to the casino, and you never lose. And they go, we sure can. And you get a gift card, and then you get another gift card. And then you have 2 gift cards. So then you bring one to your wife, who's the mother of your children, and you bring one to your mom, who's the mother of you. See how we did that? That was real easy. Even I could figure that out. So you turn $500 into $1,000, and then they come there, and then they go shopping because they don't want what you pick out. Let's just be honest. They want to go shopping. That's what they love to do. So you don't even have to pick something out. You just give them the gift card. So it's pretty simple, and it's running through the end of the week. $500 gift card. So get your butt over to the Golden Diamond Source. Get those gift cards. They wrap it up really, really nice for you. A great presentation, and you're done. Like, you're done. So easy. Take all the pressure off. Go to the Golden Diamond Source. $500 gift match going on right now. Even Timmy can do that math.
JP, I have to ask the question.
Yes,
Is it smells good in there something that you have to specify with places in
I don't know why I said that. I just kind of remembered when I walked in there. I was like, God, this place smells great. No.
I'm just curious.
I think you know what it smells like? Money. It smells like money.
Success.
It smells like success. I mean,
romance.
How can you not, like, you go in there and it's just everything is shiny and new and beautiful and everybody's smiling and it's cool. It's like
do they have walls of rich mahogany?
It's like a diamond theme park. Yes, they do have rich mahogany walls. I believe they do.
See, there you go.
Fine, the leather. Yeah, all that stuff. If it's rich and elegant, it's in there. Trust me.
Yeah.
And by the way, happy anniversary to Julie and Steve. Happy anniversary to you guys. Incredible couple. Beautiful picture on Facebook that they put up there. I was like, happy anniversary. You guys are awesome, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, damn, if there was only a place where you could go to get her something shiny, because she really needs that. Yes, the Golden Diamond Source is that place. Awesome. Just the absolute Tampa Bay treasures. Happy anniversary, Julie and Steve. Thanks for making us laugh, doing great things in the community, having a great business. It's what it's all about. It's what it's all about. All right. Lightning. Okay. So yesterday, I know we didn't spend a lot of time on this because it was kind of happening in real time while we were on the air. But obviously the headline yesterday was Victor Hedman put out the statement about his mental health, and that's why he stepped away. We kind of covered that as it was happening, and we, although I didn't think he would be back for the playoffs, but I think had the Lightning won Game 7, I think he would have been back. He would have been ready to play.
Sounds like it, yeah.
So that's really good news. That's the best news. And moving forward, I think whatever has been troubling him is being worked out. He's working through it, and I think it's especially these times that we're living in right now. There's, with phones and the constant barrage of negative stories that are, constantly in your face, that, it's tough. It's a tough time to live. It's a tough time, and we all have to learn how to deal with it. I saw something the other day, and it was like a list of, massive school shooting, war, earthquakes, and it's like all these catastrophic things that happen, and you've just consumed it all in 20 seconds of scrolling.
Yeah.
Our minds are not made to handle all that at one time. And when you're talking about mental health and you're a guy, and I was thinking about talking about this with somebody yesterday, ever since I met Victor Hedman, right away, he's just a very quiet guy. He's a classic introvert. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I don't say that in a pejorative way whatsoever. That's just his makeup. And think about being an introvert and having to have your entire life played out in front of 20,000 people in live people and another, 2 million on TV, and microphones being stuck in your face every single day, asking you pertinent questions, and everything you do being scrutinized by every moron on the planet. I mean, that's no life for an introvert. That is probably the definition of a living hell for someone who is just not made for being in that environment. And when you're 6'6" and you skate like that, and you love a game of hockey and you play so well, there comes a point in your life where people just push you into that word, Thank you for pejorative. I appreciate that. That's very nice.
I'm giving everyone a vocabulary lesson.
It's one of my favorite words.
Since he brought it out.
Since I say so many pejorative things,
you do.
It's good to know what it means. But this is not one of them. But imagine, and then at a young age, you're thrust into that limelight where you just want to play hockey, right? You just want to go out there and play. It's a game you love. But when you're that good at it, people start shoving you into the limelight. And then you become a superstar. And then, now your country is, depending on you to lead them to a gold medal, and your team's depending on you to lead you to Stanley Cup. And he's done a lot of that stuff. And then you put a C on your chest, and it's like, oh, thanks for that.
Do you think So a couple of observations here. Number one, I think the fact that he was at the post, I guess, the end of the season presser, that he even appeared there and spoke to the media, I think is a positive thing.
Yeah,
probably
absolutely.
for him. That's a good sign for the Lightning. It's a good sign for Victor Hedman. But maybe better than anybody, that captaincy on his sweater, is that something he embraces, or is that something maybe he had to be talked into, you think, with the organization?
I'll just be frank and say I don't know. I don't know. I don't know him that well. I just observing the whole thing, I don't think he's that. I don't think like I said, he's an introverted personality. That's not typically what you, and I would think just the troubles that he's dealing with and what he said yesterday, I would think that that's but
not
you can't
captain
say
material
no.
Typically. Yeah.
Yeah. But see, even that, when you say that, it sounds pejorative. So I don't like phrasing it that way. It's just this. And what do you say when your teammates say, or your organization says, you're the captain, you are obviously the captain. Do you say no? No. In the hockey culture? No. You don't say no. You can't. You can't. Now, when you go home and talk to your wife, do you go, wow, okay, more pressure?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure, man.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know that casual hockey fans understand the responsibilities that come with that C. Like, it's a big deal.
Explain.
It's a lot of responsibility. I mean, you are the spokesman on the ice when you're on the ice for all of your teammates, and they rely on you to do that. And if that's not your personality, that's a tough task to handle as a captain on the ice.
Yeah.
And to the referees and to the locker room and to the coaching staff, that is all on you. You are the player representative to everything. Yeah. And if that's not your personality, and again, it's not a negative. Not everybody has that personality, and that's okay. And that's okay. I think the decision to put the C on a player's sweater, sometimes organizations don't make the right decision. Just because it's the best player or the more popular player, that's not always the right guy.
Or the elder statesman.
Or the elder statesman.
Yeah.
You know what? Mike Modano was in Dallas for God knows how many years. 20 years. Was never the captain. Because he's not that guy. I would have. Is he more like a Hedman? He's served. Well, it's funny. I mean, knowing him like I know him, I would not even call him an introvert. But on the ice, he was the quiet one, man. He wasn't out there yelling and screaming. He was leading by example, not vocally. Clearly the best player on the team, but never served as captain.
And usually the best player is your captain.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you're
usually your most respected player too.
Right. And the reason you're still around is because you're playing good hockey and you've done a lot. Right. Here's Evan. I'm sorry. We're trying to get to this one. Evan PA 813 says, and then your play diminishes and everyone starts disrespecting and talking crazy about your game, has to take a toll on Hedman. Yeah. And then you got a snowball going downhill, and that's no good either. So, yeah, I mean, what do you do? Take the C off his chest? Does he say, I don't want the C? It's complicated.
It's a slippery slope, man. Yeah.
And I'm not equipped to say what's best for him or what's best. I'm not in that locker room. I have no idea. I just, from the outside, I would just say, I'm just having a lot of compassion for Victor Hedman. He's a very affable guy. I'm not saying he's, super quiet and hiding in the corner. That's not who he is, but he's not Hagel, he's not Stamkos. It's just different, and everybody's different. So anyway, let's listen to Victor.
Did Hedman serve it as an alternate when Stamkos was here? Was he already an alternate? He would have had to have been, right?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah. Let's hear from Hedman. Go ahead, pop that up. Better for you to do it than me.
Yeah, I got to find it. Here we go. Maybe.
Let's go, Victor. Not working? Should I try?
It says it's playing.
It's not. It's not playing. StreamYard, we hate you.
Man, I'll tell you what. Hang on. Just give me a segundo here.
Sure.
As Orestes would say.
I'll put this up. I hope that Hedman passes the C over to Hagel for the betterment of everyone. Again, let him decide that.
Crap.
Evan says you're wrong. Madonna did become captain in 2003.
He might, later. He might have later. Yeah, that's probably accurate. But that was after Darian Hatcher retired. Darian Hatcher was the captain here. And before that, it was Mark Tenorti. They were both big defensemen. That's where the organization liked to go.
All right, let's see if we can get it. What's going on here today?
For the love of all that is holy, may God have mercy on your soul.
God have mercy on the soul. All right, let's try another one. You want to try Vasy? See if that'll work.
If not, I'll have an alternate.
A workaround, as we say.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll go. I'll tell you what. We'll do this after the break. We'll try and.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds, and I'll get him reloaded elsewhere, and we'll get him going.
All right. So other observations yesterday. Julien Brisebois, basically said that don't expect big changes in the offseason. There's not going to be a roster overhaul. Nobody is panicking. I believe the quote was, "You need breaks to win a championship, but first and foremost, you need an excellent hockey team." Brisebois said. This is from the Great LightningInsider.com website of Eric Erlandson. If you're not a member, you should be. Don't call yourself a Bolts fan without being a member. We had an excellent hockey team this year. We're going to have an excellent hockey team again next year, just based on the players that we expect to have coming back. Guys are already under contract. I have every reason to believe that we're going to be a contender again next season, and we're going to be fighting for a playoff spot. We're going to be driven to do better than we did this year, and I believe we will do that. So obviously they have some big things they got to figure out. And the first and foremost is Darren Radish. Darren Radish was fantastic this year, obviously setting the new record for Bolts defenseman with 22 goals. And that's after being a healthy scratch multiple times in the beginning of the season. And Darren was very, he was upset that he wasn't playing, and he should be. And he just finally said, play me. And they did, and that's what happened. So he says he has nothing against the organization. He said all the right things, that they gave him a great opportunity, blah, 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 blah. But, I mean, it's common sense that the guy's getting healthy scratched. He feels he's better, and then he goes out and proves he's better than that. Yeah, I would think that he would be very open to going to another organization that he might think would value him more. And even at midseason, when Brisebois was asked about Darren Radish and he was kicking ass, he was like, we got to see more. It's got to be more of a sample size. And I think, obviously, that's correct, but I'm certain that Darren Radish, that wasn't music to Darren Radish's ears.
Yeah.
So, he said, basically, I'm going to get away for a couple weeks, Darren Radish did, and let the agent handle it. And,
This is a contract year for him?
Oh, yeah. He's an unrestricted free agent.
Go
so
get him,
they
Stars.
have to. Yeah, so there are going to be a lot of people coming after that 99-mile-an-hour shot.
Dallas needs some blue line scoring. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, and, for my money, we can't afford to lose him. We can't afford to lose him. And I believe the Lightning, with the expected increase in the cap, have something like $16 million in cap space to work with. Now, they've got other players they got to re-sign, and they want to bring some guys in. I heard that number yesterday. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check to see if that's correct. Sounds like a lot, but anyway, to me, he's got to be your first priority. Because listen, I love that Victor is on the comeback, but you better have a plan B for your power play, and that's a pretty damn good plan B. In fact, I don't even want to call it plan B, because if Hedman comes back, if it's me, I still want Radish on the number one power play. I mean, that shot is lethal, and he knows how to take it. He knows how to get it through, and he's only going to get better with more playing time. And with Kucherov's setup ability on the power play. Now, listen, did Montreal take that away? They did. And mainly because we didn't have enough threats on the other side of the ice, meaning Bjorkstrand, whoever they were going to put on that side opposite Kucherov. That power play was awful the last month of the season and in the playoffs. It was terrible. And, it seems that they need to find a much better system than what they're doing. It's a lot of standing around. It's a lot of passing going on and not enough shot taking. That power play could have been the difference in the series, obviously, and it was not. So, listen, Brisebois is right. They've got a really good hockey team. In the regular season, they have a fantastic hockey team. But it's 4 first-round exits. I don't see how you can stand pat this offseason after that. You've got to make some major moves, in my opinion.
I mean, the way you got manhandled in the postseason, and I don't necessarily mean
manhandle.
Well, I don't know. I don't mean that's like the Panthers manhandled you. I don't mean like that.
Right, that didn't happen.
Yeah, that you weren't out physicaled. I think you were out hustled.
I would agree with that.
I think you were out hustled.
I would agree with that.
For sure.
I said that in the post-game show right after Game 7. I said the effort that we got in Game 6 and Game 7 was fantastic. Where was it in Games 1 through 5? Especially Game 5. Where the hell was it then? I mean, this is. I've said this for years. There's going to come a point when you can't flip the switch on again, and I think we're at that point.
Yeah,
and
age will do that to you.
And I've talked about leadership in the room, and to me, bringing that intensity from the drop of the puck, Game 1, not Game 6, when you're facing elimination. Game 1, that's what we used to do when we won cups. That started from Game 1, puck drop 1.
Right.
And that wasn't there in this series. Yes, you could say they were faster, or you could say they out-hustled us. I think the Lightning gave them way too much time and space. Not in Game 6 and not in Game 7. Well, a little bit in Game 7.
A little bit.
So I think that leadership is something that is lacking in the room. I'm not touching John Cooper. You got, and there's people talking. Get out of here with that. No, he's the best coach in the game.
Look, I understand when you say that and why you say that. The John Cooper is untouchable. He should not even be considered to be part of the problem. But when it's 4 straight years and your guys don't look ready, I mean, shouldn't that at least be a conversation?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm just throwing that out there.
I get it. No, I get it. But no, I've watched every one of these series, and I don't see any glaring mistakes. Did he play Sabrin too long in this series? Maybe. What other glaring mistakes would you point to? I don't know. Sorry, allergies.
And I went into this series, one of the biggest things that I said was this is going to come down to coach versus coach, and the Lightning clearly have the advantage. But at the end of the series, I don't know that Cooper wasn't out-coached a little bit.
Well, how so specifically?
Matching lines, changing lines, personnel.
Suzuki's line was completely shut down. The only goal Suzuki got was
absolutely
a redirect that went off a skate.
And you let Montreal's third line score 7 goals in this series?
Yeah. That was an issue. Could also say the roster wasn't deep enough. Losing Holmberg really hurt too.
Oh, for sure.
All right, I'm about to have a huge allergy attack. Let's hit a break.
Oh, here we go.
Because I can sneeze 15 times. I'm gonna have to hold the live read till after as well. Okay. Quick break. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our Fanstream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on Fanstream Sports.
Welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Whew. I survived that allergy attack, I think.
Feel better?
Yes, much better. Much better.
We got some big weather rolling in here to the studio location here in glorious Addison.
Oh, really?
Like big weather about to roll in, yeah.
Okay, well, if you drop off, then I'll just
know
have Big
why.
O and I carry the show the rest of the way.
mean,
Johnny
we
Gerber
usually do
joining
anyway.
us 11:30 to talk. To talk golf. We're gonna do some golf picks.
Truist Championship and the Myrtle Beach Classic, both tournaments this weekend.
The Truist Championship, is that in Charlotte? I don't know where that is. When they keep changing the corporate names, that's a hard one.
I know it's hard to keep up with, right? I'm trying to remember what the Truist used to be.
Who's that? I used to could connect the name and the sponsor with the course in the area,
the location. Yeah,
but now it's like these goddamn corporations taking everything, changing
Make
everything.
up their damn minds. It is in Charlotte, Quail Hollow. Yeah, it's.
Hey,
Quail
I
Hollow.
thought that's what I thought. The Truist Championship. At Quail Hollow. I played Quail Hollow. Very nice golf course. Very difficult. Very difficult.
Big O, the big brown Cuban, is here.
Is he the big brown Cuban or the big black Cuban?
I don't know. He says Big O, the big brown Cuban.
He says both. What's up, Big O? Is it big brown or big black? What is it?
I would say I'm more like chocolatey. So
very caramely.
Where were you last night, honey?
Where were you last night, honey? I was out. I was chocolatey. I was out eating some chocolate.
She was chocolatey.
Big brown
Cuban. Speaking of big brown Cubans, last night, so he's at the Tampa City Commission meeting, and Charlie Miranda's saying baseball doesn't work in the South. And so there's like an intermission break. There's a halftime, thank God. And Big O goes up to Charlie, who's about 5'7", 120, if that. And he's like, I don't know what the hell you said, but it was funny. What did you tell Charlie Miranda?
First of all, Charlie and I go way back. Charlie is a good person. Charlie just believes what he believes, and he believes kind of in like spreading the wealth type thing and all this type of deal. But what I told him was, stop. Told him, I mean, Seinfeld would say, meh. But what I told him was joking around because he's been there so long. I go, dude, you're older than everybody put together on that council. And he goes, yeah, you're probably right.
And then you said he's a pain in the ass too, didn't you?
And yeah, he can be, but I love him. A lot of people love him. But the reality is, and I'm going to reach out to him to come on the show. He's an engaging, funny cat. And he has his beliefs, but you got to listen, and listen, of all people, I know JP Peterson as well as I've known you for a long time. You listen to both sides. There's not a problem for you doing
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
And I commend you and love you for that. So it would be interesting because the main question I would ask him, and I think you would almost lead off like Chandler Simpson with it, with a bunt single, if not a single up the middle, is Charlie, you were against the Bucs, redoing their stadium, the old Sombrero, and building,
that's right.
30 some odd years ago, 30 years. And look what it gave us. So that would be question number one, because there is no getting around the fact that that's been an incredible success and obviously has parlayed into hundreds, if not billions of dollars.
Absolutely. And we built it for $168 million, which I would argue is the best money we've ever spent. Using the SITS money. Using the SITS money, which a lot of people are philosophically against. I'm not, because again, it's an investment and you get more money back. What better way to spend our money, especially our public money, which we waste a lot. We waste a lot of waste, a lot of fraud, a lot of that stuff. So at least we can look at a big ass stadium and go, hey, that's what we spent our money on.
Right.
It worked. And there it is. And
getting the rewards from it. I was there. Actually, it was a weird kind of halftime. It wasn't really a halftime because I believe there was only really pretty much you guys stuck around for another half hour after that little break, just to allow, thankfully, some really great public, just fans and just constituents to be able to get up there and say their piece. You did a phenomenal job, no surprise. You're polished and you explained it perfectly. A bunch of the other guys very proud of Alejandro Noriega and a few other peeps that came up there. The Petermans were definitely in full force, and they explained themselves passionately and properly. But I will say overall, if this is a ball game, if that event was that meeting, council meeting, a public forum was a ball game, I say the Rays won 8-2. You know what I mean? It was
okay.
Yeah.
Convincing
I
win.
think it was a convincing win, and I'm going to tell you why. Because
Nick Martinez get the win.
Martinez got the win.
Gabby
I
got
love
the
that.
win.
By the way, Hamon, Cy Martinez.
Cy Martinez.
I'm gonna stick with that one that you came up with all season. Let's hope to God he does win the Cy Young. That will be wild.
God, how great would that be? I'm gonna make a lot of money.
35-year-old dude retread gets wins a Cy Young. Well, he'd be a one and done then because we won't be able to re-sign him.
Yeah,
True.
No, but getting serious. The reason is because I'm sitting there was there from 4:45 to shoot 7:30 pretty much
8:30.
and yeah, you guys stuck around. I left at 7:30 after the break, but the whole time I'm getting a chance to kind of watch this, and I'm not calling it theater like as they made up, but it was kind of theater, pretty neat. If anybody has never been to one of those scenarios, it has its protocol and its way that it's run, and it is almost theatrical, but very positive. And then I think the points in the end, JP, the points that were made outweighed. That's why I give more runs to on the Rays support side, because there were some good points about, hey, what if the property tax has a hiccup, and I don't think it's ever going to go completely away, but it could be devalued a little bit. And but then the counter punches were phenomenal. The counter to that was it would be a debacle and a catastrophe for the whole state of Florida.
Right. And if we did lose that, what's the first thing we would be doing if you lose that property tax revenue? What's the first thing you're going to do? You said, we need to find a way to make more money. How are we going to do that? Oh, wait a minute. Here's a big ass stadium deal right in front of us that's going to bring in 10 million visitors to our area and bring their money in to help us pay for these things that we need. That seems like, and you'll never find a bigger vehicle or opportunity investment vehicle than the one that's sitting right in front of you right now. So for everybody's bitching about not having enough money, this is the answer to your problems. Invest and make more money, right?
I totally agree. And I think that, again, there's quid pro quo and there's give and take that you're going to have to still navigate through. But the bottom line is this ownership group and organization has stepped up like nobody's business. I mean, they're stepping up beyond the debacle of the past ownership. Beyond. Because, I mean, we want to compare it to that. You really got to compare it nationally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to compare it to like other deals and other ownerships in other, major sports, and what have they stepped up and tried to do. So this is formidable what the heavy lift they're trying to create, but they need the partnership, and they're willing to share in the benefits and the proceeds and the revenuing for decades to come.
Well said, my friend. Well said. Did you get a chance to watch the game last night at all?
I did. I didn't watch the whole game. I had to go to I had a dinner meeting after what we were at. So I caught, the highlights of the game last night. The things that stood out dramatically was what I've been talking about for the last, forever, because you always know that I talk about risk. But also within talking about risk, we dealt with it yesterday in the show at a lot with reference to Aranda. Why is Aranda back? He said, the hell with it. I'm going back up the middle, left center, right center, center. Where were the 3 RBI singles?
Right back up the middle
yesterday. Completely back up the middle, almost to the point. Like the conversation I was having with my kid that's in Japan, I wanted him to call. I want him to call me, or I can watch his game. So I do. I'll stay up at 2 a.m. and be watching a game in Japan, believe it or not, because I'm so about this kid. And I tell him I want to see, or I want to hear you tell me that you jammed yourself into a base hit over the shortstop's head or second baseman's head. Because that's what what these guys did yesterday. I think the only one that was sharply hit was Aranda's. That was a bullet up the middle. Yandy pushed it up the middle. The kid Williamson, man, I really like his swing. By the way, he's got such a good what we call in Japan each Nissan swing, which is that one take back 2 stride 3 swing each Nissan. and he kind of pushed it up the middle. 3-run score. You're not spinning the win, and then you go out and you play good defense. You get a quality start by Big Red, Rasmussen, and then the bullpen, bro. What Hamon, what the hell's happened to our bullpen? We are like the best bullpen in baseball all of a sudden.
No, it's impressive, man. That, like what JP and I talked about at the beginning of the show, if you had the most unexpected success story early in the major leagues, it's the Rays for sure. I mean, there's no question.
I would say yes, because I mean the close would be just the craziness of what the Atlanta Braves are doing, right?
Sure.
You know, because they're just because they're a really well put together team, but a shitload of injuries, you know, to their pitching staff. So you're like, yeah, there's no way they're going to overcome that. And here comes, you know, Johnny and Tommy and Bobby, guys we don't even know that are pitching well for them, along with, you know, a reemergence of Chris Sale, of course, but the veteran. But really, it's the Rays because of more no names in a big picture, even delving into the bullpen when right away you had, you know, 3 of your guys. Remember when I talked about the 9? The 3 main guys in my bullpen of those 9, I got the tremendous trio of the hitters. I've got the main pitchers being, you know, obviously Rasmussen, Pepio's down, and you know, but the 3 bullpen guys all were either hurt or struggling guys. You know, you had Griffin Jack starting out horseshit. You had Clevenger get hurt early. Uceda's on the on the IL to start the season, hasn't reared his head yet. So you were kind of, you know, doing a Macarena, if you will. And I know that my boy can do a really good Macarena. And by that, I don't mean JP. I mean, of course.
Oh, I've done my share.
Tim Hamon Ham, who can do a Macarena. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was doing Macarena on Cinco de Mayo just yesterday.
Oh, man, you don't even know how much Macarena I was doing. After that 12th tequila shot, it came out. I was doing it pantsless, too.
No.
Oh, no.
My God. Oh, my God. That, dude, I don't know if you know
no
this,
video needed.
JP, that is not called the Macarena. That is actually called Colt.
It's called the helicopter.
We have another word for that.
The helicopter.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Yeah, that's not right. I can't get that out of my. I can't get that out of my mind now.
I mean, you started it.
It's like a combination of a crazy hockey guy, Duck Dynasty, and the helicopter dance.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not good. Hey, by the way, what is? I want to hear something though. What I saw in you know, when you were describing the show, what's going on with the Lightning? Is there some moves? Or there some stuff going on? Did I miss it?
No, we're trying to play some of the interviews. We were having technical difficulties. I think
drama.
Timmy's got that. Yeah, because I mean, yesterday Vasy went to the mic and he was brutal. He was brutally honest. He's like, our defense was good enough. Our offense wasn't good enough. And he's 100% right. 15 goals in 7 games ain't going to get it done. And you know, it seems a little, you know, people might say, wow, he's calling out the offense. Well, he should be calling out the offense. You know, I like that.
He's kind of like the captain, if you will.
Yeah, he's one of them. And he's speaking up more, which I like.
Yeah.
He's stepping forward
Nothing
more.
wrong with that, man.
No, hell no. Absolutely
no, but
not.
here's the issue with Vasilevsky calling out the offense. Hey, Vazzy, how many goals did you score in the series?
Shut up.
Shut up. That's what I thought.
Come on now.
Look in the mirror.
Yeah, he can look in the mirror and say, I did my effing job is what he can do. And there's a lot of guys on this team that can't say that.
Go score a goal.
Vasilevsky, to me, is Greg Maddux. And he didn't score a whole load of runs.
That's right. Didn't need to.
That dude, and I'm not a super hockey guy, but I just know enough and hear enough and see enough that guy's a magician back there. So
Chicks dig the long ball.
And chicks dig the split.
And there's a lot of Lightning fans that probably weren't happy to hear Julien Brisebois say, "Hey, don't expect a whole lot of changes." Listen, if I'm a Lightning fan and I've paid for 13 postseason hockey games and watched my team lose 11 of them at home, I'd be pissed. I'd be really
not after a
freaking
couple
pissed.
days. You're still lingering on from that wound of
Hell yeah.
another ousting of the playoff first round.
Yeah.
You don't need to come out and say there's going to be wholesale changes, but you also don't need to say there's not going to be any moves. You have to make some moves, brother.
And he's not going to telegraph it to the rest of the league. Yeah, we're cleaning house. There's that too.
You don't have to clean house either, but you got to get some fresh legs in there because the bottom line is, you're just knocking your head against the wall with great regular season and. You at least you got to get up past round one. I
think they need to shake things up. I really think they need to know what that means. Like if total turnover is a 10, and doing nothing is a 0, I think we should be at about a 7.5.
Wow, that's talking some big names that need to.
I just, and he's right. First round, and you got to have that context to 4 first-round exits. You got to have, Toronto was a 111-point team. The next 2 guys won the cup, and we don't know what Montreal is going to do yet. There's got to be some context to that. Did they barely squeak into the playoffs and get ousted in those first? No, they were one of the most dominant teams going into the playoffs and just didn't get it done. But getting it done in the playoffs is, that's a thing. That's the only thing. Actually,
it's actually beyond. The
regular season is the regular season is
it's the thing. Yeah, the regular season should be. Yeah, it should be.
There's something in their postseason lack of success that needs to be addressed, and whether that's leadership, more scoring, if it's face-offs guys, if it's just more. I don't think we need more grit. I don't think we need to fight more. We led the league in fighting majors. I don't think that's part of it. I don't think we're getting pushed around anymore. But there needs to be a little bit. I think we could certainly add some speed and some attack to our game. There's no question about that. So we're close. There's no question we're close. There's no need to blow it up. But I would say, there needs to be some changes, some significant changes. I think we're close to that. I think 7.5 is, and that could just be bringing people in. It doesn't necessarily mean shipping people out. They've got some salary cap room to do that, but they need to make a commitment.
Well, that would be creative. If you could, more bringing in and lifting up. As far as the leadership, again, looking from the outside because you're on the inside. With their head coach and Cooper, being
I ain't
so
talking
talented
about
no. But I'm saying so good that I can't see how he would let the leadership slip. You know what I mean? I look at this as being more a actual physical talent level that is not, playing up to par, or even like I talk a lot about the heightened awareness. The heightened awareness player, you need to go and get those guys. You need to go those guys that lift their game. Isn't going to make a pass when he's got a wide open shot.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He's not going to freeze. Yes. That isn't going to not swing at a 3-2 fastball down the middle with the bases loaded. You just can't do that. You can't have those players. You know what I mean? He's going to pass off a bucket in a playoff and pass it to a 3-point shooter when you got the layup and you only needed 1 point. Those things, you see them in the playoffs. And you're like, okay,
guys who take charge.
It's not playing at a heightened awareness playoff level. And there are guys that struggle with that. And
we have guys on this team that were those guys, but have not been lately.
Yeah, that's weird.
They either don't have it anymore or they got to recapture it. But
I'm going to ask one more hockey question because it's interesting. Because again, I'm just talking from a fan from the outside. It seemed like after Stamkos and that guard, mainly him. I mean, the dude was legendary, right? That was about what? About 4 years ago? 5?
That he left? 2 seasons ago. We've played 2 seasons without.
Well, it seems like more. More. Okay, so it was 2 seasons ago. So he was a part of one of the debacles in the first round.
Yes. Yeah. A couple of them, actually. Right? Yeah. One of them. Yeah. Yeah.
One of them, because if it was 2
my brain doesn't
ago,
work that way very well.
This is the 4th one. So he would have left. Yeah.
He was part of the first.
Because he was such a glue to that team and the major success. as a skater, but also as a leader, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's interesting how those things, somehow you go further down, when somebody of that magnitude departs.
And
also,
been
our
an
power
issue
play.
here since he left?
What's that?
Leadership's kind of been an issue since he left, right?
I mean, it's such a fleeting thing, to talk about, like, quote, leadership. How does it show up? Oh, you played the game. You played at the highest level.
It is fleeting.
How would you define it in the clubhouse?
Yeah, it's fluid because there's definitely leaders that I played with, and for a while, especially by the time I got to Japan and after the first couple of years and we won and I was MVP, stuff like that, I was considered a leader, even though I was foreigner. But I led my team by example. I played with teams that you had quiet leaders and then you had boisterous leaders. It's a very fluid thing. When it comes down to it, here's where I see a leader, man. Is when the game is on the line, the chips are down, you've gone through a losing streak. How is that guy not only performing but acting, talking, looking? That's leadership for me. So you can look at guys like Jordan, you can look at guys like Jeter, you can look at certain players that had that that stoic leadership personality that you can follow, and that's what you need. And I think Stamkos was that.
I agree.
Hey, real quick before we let you go, Big O, I have a Japan baseball question for you since you brought it up. Who was better in the Japanese baseball league, you or Tom Selleck and Mr. Baseball?
Tom Selleck and Mr. Baseball were mean. We both played there in 1992, by the way, because that's when he filmed that movie. Literally, he was there while I was playing.
He was with the Dragons.
Yes, with the Chunichi Dragons. You are correct. Who was better? Who was having a better year that year? If you actually watch the movie, I've got an answer for you. You actually literally watch the movie, and then you also watch Tom Selleck, who, by the way, played in a lot of charity games and actually appeared in a real spring training game for the Tigers a couple of times. Right?
Yeah.
All you need to do is look at his swing and look at my swing, and God damn it, I was having the better year.
I think you're right.
Amen. Thank you.
Amen, brother.
Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias. Case closed.
All right.
Swing,
thank you, Big
nice
O.
Swing for a celebrity, but shit. I think JP Peterson had a better swing than Tom Selleck. So get out of here.
Thank you. Let's go with that. Yeah.
There he goes.
But when it came to the bars, the Japanese bars, I think Selleck would definitely have pulled away.
Yeah, he might have opened up a few more doors. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
absolutely.
I don't know. I was pretty damn hot.
I know you were pretty good, but that's that mustache, bro.
That mustache.
That's flypaper.
Magnum PI already behind him. Yeah.
Tom Selleck had his own hit show going.
That's right, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Hit show.
Yeah. Oh, you're crafty, Hamon. You are slicing it up.
All right, Big O, we got to run. We got to hit a break. Johnny Gerber's waiting in the wings, and we're going to talk a little golf, and then we're going to get some Bucs in at the end. So, quick break. Back in 3 with the great Johnny Gerber. Stay with us. Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you. As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. It's Diamond Days at the Golden Diamond Source. Celebrate April's birthstone, which is diamonds, as they take center stage. Up to 20% off the diamond jewelry throughout the month of April. And don't forget, you could trade in your broken or old jewelry towards something new and beautiful. Gold prices are at a record high. Now is the best time. And by the way, they only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. It's real love. It should be real natural diamonds. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Really, really bad idea. And for the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyers, they are going to teach you all about the 4 C's and all the different shapes and styles. They are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And by the way, you can trust them. They've been in business for over 40 years. Don't buy something online. You have no idea what you're getting. 0% financing for up to 5 years. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com. Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance. Our good friends have been with us for 15, 20 years on this show. We love them. 60 years they've been doing business here. Why? Because they have the best customer service in town. We all need insurance, and they can save us money. So there's a lot going on over there. You call them, they answer the phone, a human being answers the phone, and then they will go shop your insurance needs endlessly to find you the best deal. You just make the free call. They do all the work, and you save all the money. 813-877-7799. Just go ahead and call them. You know you need it. Let them save you some money. Tell them JP sent you. All right, Johnny, I'm sorry you had to wait so long there on the first tee as the group in front of you dallies and tries to find his ball. That's Timmy. How are you, my friend? Let's talk a little golf.
Tim gets a 2-shot penalty for slow play, right? That's how we do
He
it
does,
when we start
100%.
talking about golf. That's what we do.
Like Jesus.
Hey, that was a valid question. Everybody has been wondering that.
I love it. You probably should have asked who had the better mustache. That was probably a better question, right?
Well,
Who
we
had
know
the
that
better
was Tom
caterpillar?
Selleck.
No, it's hands
Yeah,
down.
that was the best. But before we dive into golf talk, I want, I've been listening the last couple of days about JP. I know you're so on this Tampa Bay thing. Talk a little bit about baseball, and I love it. I saw the video last night. I sent you a text. I was about ready to jump in the car and put an absentee ballot, JP, for damn city council or whatever you have to do. Because listen, man, that was awesome. And my first love was baseball. Tim knows, playing, little league baseball, trying to play college baseball. I love baseball as much as I love golf. And, I look at it a little bit like this, and please tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Isn't this the chance? And I'm not saying Tampa is a second tier city. This is not what I'm saying.
Oh.
But no. Listen, hear me out.
It is.
Oh, okay, for sports. But isn't this the chance for them to really be on that upper echelon level of saying, hey, man, we are serious about this. And this is the opportunity, because you're not going to have any more of these chances, especially when you hear all this talk of expansion, like expansion. Nashville probably getting a team, or Raleigh getting a team, or you hear all these things. Isn't this the time for Tampa to say, hey, listen, we are legit. We want to do this. And let's just step up and do it, because for the numbers and what you say and your passion and the passion of people, it sounds like a win-win. Now, it's a long-term project, but all these big numbers things are long-term projects. It's just what they are. And you made so many great points in the passion, and this is just the time if Tampa is going to step up. They have a proven model. They have Super Bowls that are super successful. If you look at the numbers on the profitability compared to other Super Bowls, they never flop in big events, right? They never disappoint.
Every event that comes here comes back, and they love it.
One. And LA was a disaster. Vegas was a disaster when it comes to Super Bowls. But when you do something like that in big events, Tampa certainly sets the mark. The weather's perfect. And this is the time for them to say, hey, listen, if we want to be taken serious as a city, as a great destination for sports, this is a perfect time to do it.
How very pejorative
100%.
Of you, Johnny.
No, not at all. No, and I think you bring up a really good point from a national perspective, because we're kind of myopic about, our area here. But look there are cities crumbling in the north and all over the nation because of horrible leadership. Once great cities that are crumbling. Detroit. And we have an opportunity because we have much better government here in the state of Florida, and Tampa as well. We're not, and it's one thing I don't even know the party affiliations of those councilmen, because they're not partisan. Everybody has an opinion, and that's fine, but they're not partisan. They have a reason for their opinion. It's not because I don't like the other guy, and I can't let anything pass that he says, even if it's the greatest thing ever for my community, I got to say no. That's not what we're doing here, and that's why we can get shit done. But we have an opportunity as these cities crumble to become the shining city on the hill and say, look what we're doing and how we're doing it. And this project is just big time, man. It's huge, and it puts us on the map as the absolute best place to hold any big event. Imagine we got a big ass football stadium, which by the way is going to get renovated as well. And now we have a big ass baseball stadium right across the street, and a big ass entertainment complex right in the middle that has everything you will ever want. And we're going to throw some light rail in there and have the best big ass airport in the nation right there. It's all there. And we have it all within our grasp to do this if we have bold, great leadership. Now, if we have people that are pinching pennies and clutching their pearls, and this might happen, and then we might. Well, I ain't got time for that. You want to be great? Yeah, and I can come up with 1,000 things that might happen. But you know what? I know what definitely won't happen. You say no to this, we're going to look like a shit city, and we'll be Oakland, who lost their baseball team. We'll be Montreal, who lost their baseball team.
They lost everything.
I mean, is that what you want to be? You want to clutch your pearls, and that's what you want to be? Not me.
Bold is for the brave, right? I mean, you got to make big steps.
Fortune favors the bold. Yes,
that's right. Big impact. And I'll revert this a little bit to golf, and I know this for a fact. Valspar's been a great sponsor. They're going to continue to be a good sponsor. And again, I want to say this correctly. It's Valspar's not a second tier event when it comes to event itself, but on the big landscape of them not getting a signature event or things like that, it is still one of the top 10 most viewed, audience supported PGA Tour events on the PGA Tour. And it doesn't have the big names a lot of the times, but it's still supported so big. That's just telling you, even though that, hey, listen, we have the support of no matter what size it is. Why don't we just make it bigger? Make it big. This is if it's not now, when? Like when?
Yeah.
Like I don't know when it's going to happen again. You have the money. The money's there. You have the people to support it. That's going to support it with the bread. And how many times in business and sports business that you have a collective group of people, and that you have the names. I know the names. You tell me the names. Most of the people know the names. It's in this collective group to make this happen.
Yeah.
They're some of the most powerful people in business and sports. I mean,
and they chose us.
Ridley is just not sports royalty, and he is business royalty. I mean, it's just wedded. It's just, there's a handful of people that, I know Tim knows that when they talk in sports business, people listen. And Fred Ridley is one of them. He just is.
Yeah.
You listen.
So,
and if people don't listen, why aren't they listening? Why aren't they
and that's
listening?
like,
Fred Ridley does not fail.
I told the commission last night, there's 10 other cities. They're hoping to God that you screw this up. And because they know exactly what it brings to their city and can bring to their city. And they chose us. When the prom queen looks at you and says, I want you to take me to prom, you don't say no. You don't say no.
You might be a little nervous. You might be a little nervous, but you don't say no.
You step up. You can be nervous and go, oh, I don't want to do it. What if this happens? What if this happens? No, you say, yeah, let's go, baby. I'm putting on my best text and we're going. Let's go.
I mean,
man,
I turned down a couple
inspired.
of prom queens.
Yeah,
of course you did.
Kings, maybe.
Look at you now.
Prom Kings, but
17
I was
kids
inspired, man. That was a great speech last night, brother. I was proud to know you when you get up in a stage like that and you had all the passion you had, man. That was awesome. That was just awesome.
Holy shit! Look at this. This is the biggest super chat we've ever gotten right here from my man Jimmy J Voyager, who, by the way, is so vision impaired that he can't drive a car and Ubered. Took his own Uber, probably $50 last night, to come on over from Pinellas County to be with us for 5 hours at that commission meeting, and got up in front of everybody. And he asked me, he says, is there a microphone up there? Because I can't see. And he went up there anyway. You think he was timid? You think he was shy? No, he stepped into it, and he did a hell of a job. And he committed to it.
That's the epitome of a fan right there. A good fan.
Big time.
I mean, if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know that it's going to be supported and it's going to work, I don't know what it is. I don't know what to tell him. I don't.
He says, thank you, JP, for organizing the meetup yesterday, and everybody who showed up and supported the Rays Stadium project. Had a great time and loved meeting all of you. Thank you to the new ownership and lots, and let's get this deal done. So, yeah, thank you, buddy. Nice. You are awesome. You are the epitome of the effort because you care.
And whoever said that baseball doesn't work in the South, that's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's like 85-year-old Charlie Miranda on the city council. I mean, yeah, who's been here all his life and knows that baseball is a huge part of the fabric of Tampa Bay. And if you don't know that, Charlie, man, that's
maybe it's going to be to the point at 85 years old. It's a long-term project, and he's not going to see the benefits of it, probably because he's going to be pushing up daisies, right? I mean, is there a personal?
We don't wish that on him. But no, I hope Charlie's there for the groundbreaking and the opening game in 2029. And I'll say,
Johnny.
I told you. I told you were wrong again, Charlie. You were wrong again.
And I just hope personal agendas like that the guys who would want to push it forward don't say, hey, listen, it doesn't matter to me because I'm not going to see it anyway. So I might as well just say, no, it doesn't matter. So I don't like that type, but you could probably get some of that. And I don't, it's not fair. It's not fair, but great job.
Another super chat. Damn. Just came at $20. Alex Nunn said, I'll do something too. I'm excited about this deal. Let's get it done. Love the Petermans. And God, I love baseball. Absolutely, Alex. Thank you so much, man.
God bless America.
God bless America. God
they ago, hockey wouldn't work in the South either. And look what it's
That's
doing.
right. That's right. We're doing a pretty good job. It's working better
hockey
than
works
baseball
better
in Tampa.
Although hockey works a lot better when you get out of the first round.
Shut up. Why does it work better? Because the stadium is in downtown Tampa. We have an incredible owner in Jeffrey Vinnick. Ownership, location of the stadium. We have an incredible stadium at Benchmark International Arena that we're going to make even better. I mean, it's not rocket science. And now we're going to do that with baseball. Like I told the commission last night, we've never done it right, Charlie. People don't go to the games in St. Pete because that's not where the stadium should be. It should be right here. You have a chance to fix it and do it right. That's what you're supposed to be doing when you get elected. So fix it and get it right.
And St. Pete is more of a touristy area anyways. It's more transit than it is in Tampa. I mean, it just is. I mean, there's more to do and people might not like it. And also, there's a lot of.
I love it.
Nah, shit. I lost you guys. Sorry.
We got you.
You took your, we can hear you, but you took your camera off and, as handsome as you are, we should keep that up.
I got fired up just like you did. Let me jump back in 2 seconds.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
It's what happens when you criticize city councilmen in Tampa. They shut down your camera. That's JP.
He kicked off Twitter. Oh, God. You don't bring me back to those days, bro. That is
lost his Twitter.
It's just,
JP, do you miss Stu Sternberg?
Who? Somebody even brought him up last night. Like, is this like you sold the team, but then the owner is still part of the minority. Does he still own the team? Like, what kind of stupid ass question is that? Like, and I will say this, I'm not no business expert, but some of the questions last night that were asked were embarrassing. They were embarrassing, like really embarrassing. Like for someone on the city council to not know that the $2 billion is just about the stadium and not the entire district, and you're going to be voting on this.
Talk about misinformation in the wrong place.
Wow.
I think they'd be better informed.
So is Johnny coming back ever?
I don't know. I guess he broke his camera. He came back in, and then the camera disconnected again.
Was it Charlie that brought up Stu? I'm like, that's just, I don't know what the hell that was all about. And I'm glad Alan Clendenin, by the way, joined us. This chair of city council joined us this morning and had a lot of great things to say. And first and foremost, and we're going to get this out and it's going to go viral. Deal's 99% for him. It's 99% closed. So that's how optimistic he is. And he's in the room with all the different numbers that are going around. Devin says, can we get an extended show today? Well, if Johnny doesn't show back, I still got Bucs to talk about. So if he doesn't show up quick and give us his bets. All right, let's go through his bets because I think he lost connection there. Let's pop him up. Timmy, you could take us through it since you'll be doing this tonight on From the Rough.
Yeah, 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern, fanstreamsports.com later the same day, wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah. All right.
So, wait, maybe he's back. Hang on.
He's back. Yes, there he is.
Oh, sorry. I'm playing around with this little camera here, so it's kind of get a little. I got
playing around with your little
elbows
thing.
And
I guess you haven't figured out how to center the the picture either, have you?
No, I'm a little off center today.
Can we get some goddamn picks, please?
Yeah, okay, listen. It's true. You got more stuff to do, but listen, this is what a week. We got more opportunities this week. I love these dual events, right?
All right.
A lot of people say, it's too much, but it's not.
Stupid.
We did have we did cash last week on Adam Scott, a little 65, 64 on the weekend. So we kind of we still lost a little bit, but we are still profitable for the year. Plus $40. Now listen, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm talking to a lot of other handicappers around the country, and they're asking me, how are you still profitable? Because everybody else is getting killed. They're getting absolute crushed in golf handicapping. So for us to be still on the positive side of $40 doesn't sound like a lot, but it's all in perspective. 20-10-4 on our matchups. We had a couple matchup winners too to kind of offset some of the losses, but what a week. I mean, I don't really like these back-to-back signature weeks. I just think it's kind of, I don't really like it. You can't really make a ton of money because the odds are so poor. You can't get any really good odds on top 20s, but I do like Oberg this week at 12-1. I think the golf course fits him. He played really solid last year at the PGA Championship. It's not going to play nearly as difficult as the PGA Championship because the rough is not going to be nearly as high. I mean, this is Rory's house. I mean, it's Rory McIlroy Country Club. It's just what it is. But again, we're not in the business of picking favorites and making $2 on a dollar. We just don't do that. It's just not how our model is. But I like Oberg this week. He's due to win. I think he's trending okay. And he's just really, he has so much talent in a place like this where ball striking is key. He's the guy that I like at 12-1. Siwoo Kim at 21-1 played well in the PGA Championship last year. Again, we're going to look at some of the past results at Quail Hollow that some of these guys, ball striking central, he's been playing really well. He just has a couple bad holes throughout the round that kind of takes him out of the tournament. He's been on our card a ton this year, and I like him at this spot. Ben Griffin, 30-1, Carolina guy. Look at the trend here. A lot of Carolina guys that's really used to the grass there. It's going to a little bit, the old school Bermuda. I know they renovated and changed the greens at Quail Hollow, but they didn't change the rough. So it's not going to be high, but it's going to be that kind of coarse Bermuda like you get a little bit in Tampa. That ball sits down a little bit. So I like Ben Griffin trending well, played really well last week at Doral, and a really similar type of, grass and terrain. So 30-1, good value on Ben Griffin. Another Carolina guy, our ham sandwich, Alex Moore at 60-1, played really well last week. Not scared of this place. He's probably played there as much as anybody besides Rory that's not a member of that place. So I like Alex Smalley at 60-1. Two top tens. I like Xander Schauffele at plus 225. Depends on where you get him. His number has dropped before this morning because a lot of people are probably betting the top 10 bets. I didn't pick him to win because there's not a lot of value. You can't get a lot of money back. His kind of form is a little bit off. He hasn't been playing as much as, normally does. He doesn't play a ton and doesn't like the Florida swing as much as most. But 225 for Xander, who's had success there in the past, is good value. Sepp Straka plus 350. Kind of up and down. I mean, he's Austrian, but he's Georgia guy, really loves the Bermuda grass, plays well on the Bermuda grass. If you see him play well in Florida, it'll trend a little bit up in Charlotte, but plus 350 to a guy that doesn't hit off the, keeps it inside the twigs is what they say, man. So plus 350, I like him in some value. And you look at a couple top tens, Nick Taylor plus 220 and JT Poston plus 270. Extreme value on JT Poston. Finished 5th at the PGA Championship there last year. He's a Carolina guy. I like him. He hasn't had great form yet this year, but I think this is kind of where he kind of gets hot. He usually plays well in the fall or in the spring and going into the warmer months in the summer. Like him at 270. And Nick Taylor's starting to trend very well. A value pick at plus 220 with Nick Taylor to finish in that top 20 spot.
All right, good stuff, my friend. Are we going to do the Myrtle Beach one?
Yeah, let's just jump in real quick. We can run it down.
Right.
We'll cover this more tonight at 5 p.m. Central. But a couple guys you can kind of pinpoint to have some good value.
Jackson Suber on the board?
You do, and here's why.
Probably see his own. All right.
I love it, and here's why. This golf course in Myrtle Beach is extremely tight. I think you have to be a little creative, and it's extremely tight. He's had a couple weeks off getting in this field, but if you look at the value at plus 2,800 to finish in the top 10, there was no top 20 match, or there was no top 20 picks on BetUS this week. They only had top 10s. So you see some of that value that you will get extremely well. But Jackson Suber, I like him. Listen, he's a guy that I don't know if he's ready to win yet, but on a golf course like this, that's, he's got plenty of length. He's going to get to the par fives, but it is tight. Like he plays there at Palmacia. He's not going to be scared of those trees kind of being a little bit congested in there. So I like him in that spot. You look at another guy that our winner's circle, Sami Valimaki. He's got some really good length, but if you look at the past two winners of this event, this is kind of where Chris Gotterup got his start. And then last year, Ryan Fox, who's played this golf course very well, his game fits that mold like those two guys for this place. So if you look at a guy, if you really just kind of want to play a little bit on this alternate field event, I would put a little bit more money on Sami Valimaki and then Jackson Suber to finish in the top 10. But we'll go over the full card tonight for Myrtle Beach tonight on From the Rough at 5 Central.
All right, sounds good, my friend. I love that Jackson Suber pick. I love it. I love it. Yeah, top 10.
I like it.
That's where
I like it.
This is more like a Corn Ferry field,
I mean,
right?
it's
The second,
not Corn Ferry, but it is, it's still a PGA Tour event. You don't get nearly as many points, but you don't have the bigger names, because it's an alternate field event. I mean, it's not Puerto Rico or it's not Dominican. It's a little bit higher of a tier event with them. But hey, you never know, man. Some of these guys that might miss the cut or in Charlotte might try to go down there and play in that because they're real close. But
what do you think? This is a live event? Get out of here with that.
Yeah, right. No, it's not a live event either, right? But I like Jackson Suber a lot this week. I do. I just think the golf course fits him. Like I said, he's not going to get scared. And with a field that, you don't have quite the biggest of names, I think he's going to feel a little bit more comfortable. And he's had some success in some of these smaller field events. And I think he's going to have the same, especially at 28-1. I mean, to bet $100 to win 28 just to finish in the top 10, extreme value there. And I think he's going to be pressing a little bit. I think he knows he needs to play well, but pressing for that guy, I think is pretty good. I think he's kind of a gunslinger a little bit, but this place is and
he goes low. He goes low.
Yes, I think this place is going to fit. And don't be surprised if he's in the leading after the first round or in the top 5 after the first round gets off to a hot start.
Get $10 to win on Jackson Super right there. All right, Johnny, great stuff. We'll be watching tonight from the rough. Always entertaining. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it, fellas. Let's have a good week.
Yes, let's do it. Let's make some money. All right, I did promise some Bucs coverage. We got rookie minicamp coming up this week, so we'll look at all the draft picks coming in, and there's a couple. I think they handed out the numbers today too, or was that yesterday? Do you care about that? People care about uniforms and numbers and stuff.
Oh, I'm a huge uniform number freak. Yeah,
you are. So Ruben Bain's number announcement comes with great fanfare, according to the great folks at Pewter Report. By the way, my boy Nicky Numbers is going to be doing dual duty. He's going to go over and work at Pewter Report as well, leaving on 3 for a little Pewter Report action. So You'll see him pop up there as well. So congrats to him. So as Pewter Report says, there was plenty of early talk about the Bucs' first-round pick and whether he could get the number 4 he wore at Miami from kicker Chase McLaughlin. But Bain made it clear during his press conference that he didn't care what number and jersey he will wear. I'm told it's already been taken. It's busy right now. A kicker. So Bain announced that he will wear number 3.
Huh.
What do you feel about? I like single digits on the defensive lineman.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that at all.
Trotter's going to wear 45.
Interesting.
Yeah. Gives me a little PTSD though. Devin
I
White.
can only imagine.
PTSD with Devin White.
Yeah,
for sure. Let's see. Hurst is going to wear 17. Ted Hurst, 17.
It's a bad quarterback number, but it's a good receiver number.
Wasn't that Harold Carmichael's number?
Yeah.
Big, tall Harold Carmichael. Hurst
in
is
Dallas
kind of
and in Philly.
Guy.
Yeah, in Dallas and in
17.
Philly.
All right, Keontae Scott gets 22. Who's your favorite 22?
Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Deuce.
I have some issues with Emmitt, so I'm going to have to pass on him.
Oh, Florida guy.
It's personal.
Because he went to Florida.
No, it's not about that. It's something else entirely.
That's all right.
That's okay.
Yeah, I understand.
You don't need to reveal that.
No, I get it.
You know what my favorite 22 is? This make me really old. The great Mercury Morris.
Mercury Morris.
Great Mercury Morris. Yeah, 1,000-yard rusher for the Dolphins when him and Zonka both ran for 1,000 yards. Mercury Morris, my favorite 22. But I like 22 on a defensive. 22 is a good number. It's a really cool number. K-Part's going to wear 90. Billy Schrout's going to wear 75. And Sharp, the tight end's going to wear 84. So there you go. That's coming in. So we get the first look at the boys coming in this weekend. The quarterback, Jalen Daniels from Kansas, will be very interesting to look at. This kid's got a ton of ability. I went back and watched his tape, and I was like, why? How did this kid not get drafted? Why did the NFL not like his game? Maybe because it's a lot of RPO. I don't know, but Mendoza was running 40% RPO.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just really interesting, and I think it's going to be an interesting add to the room with Baker and the boys and Browning, and so interesting. So we'll see a lot of these cats coming in on I think they come in tomorrow, and they'll be here for the weekend. So we'll be covering that for you as well for the Buccaneers. I'm excited about a little bit more excited about this team when I look at some of the players that are coming in. I love the draft. The more I look at it, the more I love it. I'm going to be really interested to see these guys with my own eyes and see what kind of fluid athletes they are. And how look at their, look at Billy Strauss' feet. You look at the offensive linemen here. He's not a great athlete. He's more of a plugger, but you need guys like that as well, especially backup guards or even, I think eventually he could start. Real high IQ player, not a great athlete, but big and smart, and has got better every year. Notre Dame, he's well tutored. You talk about guys you get in the fifth round. That's what you want. If you can become a starter, well, that's a great pick. That's a great pick. And all these guys, I think, have really high ceilings, and that's what you want. I know Rondé loves Keontae Scott. He did a show yesterday on the draft class, and he absolutely loves his game. So that's a great endorsement right off the bat. So we'll football season starting up again. This is kind of rookie minicamp followed by the veteran minicamp, and then we got lots of mini camps in between. So lots of good football content coming your way. So, by the way, Charlie Strong probably going to join us next week. He's been working on some family stuff, so we got to get him in here and talk a little bit about. There's a lot of talk back and forth now about fixing a lot of these issues in college football. I think we're getting closer and closer to that. So I'll be we'll hit him up with that as well. Hold on. Nathan Elliott's in here this morning. Good morning, Nathan. So a lot of Buccaneer fans are upset about Keontae Scott getting 22. They feel Doug Martin's number still. Oh, get out of here.
How long ago was that?
Like Doug Martin? I mean, may he rest in peace, obviously.
Right.
But
still.
I mean, again, the number thing just seems to be a lot for me. And then this one, nobody's crying about Bain getting number 3. Nobody thinks Winston is ring honor material.
You know what? Ruben Bain might throw a prettier pass.
Oh, shut up. I told you cannot in any way be pejorative about Jameis on this show. We love him.
It's not pejorative.
Where is he now? Where is he now?
He's still looking for a team, isn't he?
I don't know. Because as soon as he stops playing, he's going right to Fox or somebody. Right? Yeah.
According to the Wikipedia machine, he's still under contract with the Giants.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. That'll do it for us today. Thank you guys for joining us. If you missed Tampa City Council Chair Alan Clendenin early on, boy, I think that's a must-listen interview. Timmy, we got to chop that sucker out, get it to go viral. He said 99% chance this thing gets done. Woo! Man,
I bet it's higher. I bet it's higher than that.
Can it be higher? Yeah, I can.
It
can be done. It can be done. Yeah, we better start working on some kind of celebratory thing when this thing gets done.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're definitely. I know I promised a lot of parties that we never do, but this one's going to get done. This one's going to get done. I swear to God, when this goes through.
Draft party.
Right, once again, thanks again to all the Petermans who showed up yesterday. You guys were freaking awesome. And you made it, and you heard Alan say it, man. The council really, really takes that into consideration when people come there and take the time out to speak to them, especially in the numbers that we did last night. That was absolutely fantastic. So thank you guys for making a difference. A lot of people talk the talk. Not everybody walks the walk. And you walked your ass over there yesterday with us, and you did it. And I really, really appreciate it. It brought I got a little verklempt, Timmy. I got to tell you, I got a little verklempt last night watching my boys up there. I did. Nice. I got a little
like a proud papa.
I did. I did. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna a little choked up, a little verklempt. So thank you guys. We will see you tomorrow. Go Rays this afternoon, and we'll have some special stuff for you tomorrow, as we always do. Have a good one.